Hey there, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening tonight, or if you're here watching, whether you're here live or you're here watching this as a recording, just thank you so much for tuning in. So my name is Kristen Hilmer, and I'm here today with Emily and Eliza, and we are so excited to share a little bit about the Abundance Project and this mission about health and wellness. So what is the Abundance Project? So we're on a mission to help people tap into abundance through health, personal development, and empowered business. And our goal is to help as many people as possible reclaim their physical and financial well-being. And so we envision a world where people are thriving and not just surviving. A world where the power of fruits and veggies and simple nutrition is regarded higher than any artificial quick fix. And a world where people truly have the power to design their own lives. And a world full of abundant health and wealth. So we've partnered with the Healthy Living Revolution, which is all about inspiring healthy living around the world. And so we've locked arms with thousands of others worldwide on this mission to help as many people as possible to create more abundance in their life, in the areas that I was mentioning a bit earlier. So first we'll share a little bit about our stories and our journey, alongside with some other information about what's going on with health and wellness in the world. So I'm just going to go ahead and mute here so there's no background noise. So my story, actually, you know what, Eliza? I'm going to come in here a little bit, share a little bit about your story first. We all love being in one room together.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Eliza, and my story with all this started probably about 2 years ago when a friend of mine in Aspen really introduced this whole world to me. And from a health standpoint, I was in a place of a lot of desperation. I had been dealing with some pretty serious mental health issues for the past 10 years, and kind of gone on and off of antidepressant medication for the last 10 years. And definitely has not been a smooth ride. And so I was in this place of desperation to help myself. And so I said yes to this opportunity for my health, but also just for overall for my life, right? To get my life back in order. And so I was pretty blown away by how much this, and we'll get a little bit deeper into it, but just like the power of fruits and vegetables and adding more of that into my life, like transformed my mental health. And I'm sitting here 2 years later saying that, it's not about being on or off of medication, but I do know that those things have severe side effects. And the more natural and holistic that I can be feeding myself every day, like I can feel that, and I know I show up better. And so that is a basic outline of my story that I want to share tonight. So
thank you, girl. And so I've got my own story, but for time tonight, when my friend first shared this program with me, I was more focused on what I was missing, and when really we need to focus on what we need to add. And I think it's great to eliminate things in our diets that cause inflammation, whether that's from stress or illness or even just working out. It's then our body, when we don't have the right thing, when we're not putting enough nutrition inside of us, we don't have the tools or the building blocks to repair. And it really comes down to getting enough plants into our body on a daily basis and getting enough antioxidants. And we all know we need to be eating more fruits and vegetables. That is a good thing for us, right? And we all know, that our plate should be majority fruits and vegetables. But I don't think many people actually realize how many fruits and vegetables they're supposed to be getting. So I want you to play along. Hold up your fist for a second. This is one serving size of fruits and vegetables. And I want you to think about yesterday, an average day, maybe yesterday. How many do you think you got in? So I get the average answer that people range something like, 1 to 4. But do you know how many you're actually supposed to be getting? It's 9 to 13 servings, the size of your fist, every day. And it's not just on the days after the grocery store when you're all stocked up. It's literally every day. So when you're doing this, there's a compounding effect of good things happening. But if you're not getting that, there's a compound of not so great things that can lead to a number of different health-related issues. So a lot of you might be wondering why it's so high. It is because the produce it's because of the produce that we're eating. And so when you go to the grocery store and you see the rock hard avocados or the green bananas, that produce is telling you that it was picked way too early and it wasn't able to develop all of its micronutrients. And on top of that, it's been shipped thousands of miles it can ship just really long distances. And once it's off the vine, it starts losing nutrients. So those kiwis coming in from New Zealand, I don't know. And so a really interesting stat is that in order to get the same amount of vitamin C as an orange 50 years ago, we have to eat 5 oranges today. Crazy. So this helped me understand the gap in my nutrition that I really needed to figure out a solution to bridge that. So about 25 years ago, this really amazing company called the Juice Plus Company figured out how to create concentrated fruit and vegetables powders into a capsule. So I feel like the second I say the word capsules, people's brains immediately jump into supplements and vitamins. And so I just want to get real with you for a second. Even though it comes in a capsule, it's not a vitamin and it's not a supplement. You can actually read the label on the back that reads nutrition facts. So if you were going to go into your supplement cabinet and get out your multivitamin, it's going to say supplement facts. And that's because it's synthetically derived. It's fragmented, it's isolated, where this nutrition facts label that's on the back of these whole food concentrates with Juice Plus is just food. For example, if you were to buy a bag of frozen broccoli, it's going to read nutrition facts. So even though it comes in a capsule, it's just fruits and vegetables. And I'll give you an example of how it's made. And what's wonderful is that Juice Plus works with some small to mid-sized family farms all over North America, and they grow produce where it grows best. And they actually let it vine ripen, which is really, really important. And the fruits and vegetables are then ground up, which is far better than juicing because we use the whole food, including the peels, the leaves, the seeds, whenever possible. So this provides a lot more nutrition. And for example, let's go back to the orange. About 80% of the vitamin C is found in the peel. So I don't know about you, but I'm not eating orange peels very often unless they're in my cocktail. It's dried at low temperatures, preserving the live nutrients and enzymes, and then put into a capsule or a chewable. And if you have a child over the age of 4, we actually have a program where children can be on the product for free when an adult sponsor is using it. It's an incredible way to be able to get this nutrition into families. And the Children's Health Study is just fantastic, seeing what it's doing for these little bodies and building strong immune systems and brains and all the things in our bodies. So what you're left with is highly concentrated fruit and vegetable powder. And then they put that into capsules for ease so people can get in the habit of taking them every day. And we have a fruit, vegetable, and berry blend. So with these 3 blends in my life every single day, I'm getting a microdose of 30 different fruits and vegetables. And I've actually done that for the past 4 years, which is crazy. And another thing, that I've added are vegan omegas. So it's a full spectrum of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So we skip the fish and we go straight to the source. And a lot of fish, they eat these, they're eating sea plants. And so we cold press the sea plants, cut out the middleman because there's a lot of toxicity there. It's not sustainable for these fish, and get this full spectrum vegan omega. And then this last piece, not peach, that is included inside of the capsules, has transformed my life more than I thought that it would have. And it's our vegan gluten-free shakes, which come in chocolate and vanilla. And yes, they have the protein and the superfoods and all of these things that people care about, that macronutrition. But for me, the biggest component is the prebiotic fiber. So this is what feeds the good bacteria in our stomach and makes a healthy home. So all of these things together work synergistically, optimizing our gut health. And when your gut is happy, when my gut is happy, inflammation to the rest of the body can really start to decrease. And about 90% of your serotonin is actually made in your gut. So a happy gut makes for a really happy human. And so we do this, I've been doing this program every single day for these past 4 years, truly. I know the power of when I'm getting these 45 plants in my body, and have had results, similar to Eliza, and compounding effect with recovery from athletic endeavors and mental health and energy and immunity. And so, I know people who've been taking Juice Plus for over 20 years, truly. And I get really excited to know that this is just the beginning of my journey. But I also think it's really awesome to hear from people in a different chapter of their journey. So I'm going to pass it over to Emily to share a little bit about what you're excited about.
Hi, I am Emily and super new at this whole talking into a computer deal, but I'm excited that you're here to join us and learn more about these wonderful life-changing helpers, because that's what they are. It's not supposed to do anything but enhance what we're already working towards getting, and that's that ultimate health and getting to your highest potential. And I definitely know, as being a mom of a 3-year-old too, that getting so much of these is not happening, like maybe 2 or 3, and then it's like macaroni and cheese and pizza nights. So part of this that's been really beautiful for me is helping to incorporate these healthy lifestyle changes with my son. And what I love the most is that after having my son, and it took me about a year and a half to where I started to realize I had postpartum. And somebody asked me, like, you can have postpartum after like a year and a half? That's a long time. And it was like, yeah, you can have so much hormone fluctuation that it does take a while for you to balance out. And what I was finding for myself was that I wasn't taking care of my body with the correct foods and nutrition. And so my hormones really weren't balancing out. And I was suffering from irritable bowel syndrome. I had cystic acne. I also had bouts of depression and anxiety. I was also really underweight because of not fueling myself and breastfeeding. So when Eliza approached me, and actually I kind of approached her because I was so attracted to everything that she was showing and what she was experiencing from it, that I was like, damn, I want that too. And so I reached out to Eliza and I was like, tell me about these things. And I had actually just signed up for another type of supplement that was a supplement, and they were called like Ritual something. And I told her, I was like, I can't get it right now. I can't do Juice Plus because I've already signed up for this other thing. And I am a broke mom and I can't do multiple things. So it took me a few months before I realized this other one wasn't working and I really wanted to try Juice Plus. And after I've incorporated it into my life, I have reduced the cystic acne, and of course I still get a little bit of hormonal, I like to call them my little beauty marks. But that's what I love, is that those are what happens naturally with a balanced body when you're getting the amount of nutrients that you need. So being okay with these fluctuations during the time of the month. I've also noticed so much more regularity with my bowels along with my son's, which is so great. We all love it when a kid poops. And then on top of that, I actually had an injury that this was something totally that I wasn't expecting at all in my wrist. And being a yoga instructor and an active yogi, it was really bothersome to have this pain. And I attribute it to inflammation, which has completely gone away. And now I'm back to my handstand practice, which I'm really excited for. So that's a little bit about what has happened for me in a very short amount of 4 months of taking these incredible helpers that have truly transformed my day to day.
Emily, that is just awesome. And so thank you for sharing. And, you just compare a couple years and then 4 years and 20 years. And so, as much as we could talk about these products and the health programs truly all day long, I want to take a couple minutes just to touch briefly on this really amazing mission and business that we're a part of. And, this part might not be for everyone, and that's totally fine. as mentioned, you may resonate with some of the things that we're sharing, but what you're hearing might be for somebody else in your life who could benefit from learning. And one thing I've noticed is that people aren't always willing to disclose what's happening behind their closed doors, especially with finances. And so I feel like it's my responsibility to share the whole picture and put the cards on the table so that everybody who is listening can decide if this is something that's a fit for them, or maybe someone in their life, or maybe not. And so my journey with the business started as I was working at a sports medicine clinic and running my own practice as a massage therapist. And I thought I was this really healthy individual, not knowing the power of, I didn't know how much inflammation was in my body. And so once I started experiencing this inside of me and realized how important this would be for my clients and those around me who I loved, I actually it was just over 3 years ago, I met a gal similar in stage in life to us, and she had it going on. She was totally owning her life, traveling the world, just living this really beautiful and abundant life. And I was like, how are you doing this? She shared with me a simple system, and I started following those guided steps. And I'm so honored to say, prior to this, I was trading dollars for hours, which means when I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. And so even though I was my own boss running my massage therapy practice, my clients were totally dictating my schedule. And I hadn't been home for Christmas in 7 years between that and working seasonal work. It was putting a lot of strain on my relationship. It was putting a disconnect between the relationship with my parents. And so when I got these steps of how to move forward, I took it on seriously because I saw the potential, and I got more and more serious. In a 6-month time period, I was able to help enough people getting this whole food nutrition into their body that I was able to hire another therapist to take care of my clients while I went on a 2-month road trip. I was able to travel East Coast to West Coast and work from my phone, and got back from that. And I was like, holy shit, this thing's real. I'm getting a taste of what this life is about. And so I got more excited, more like attracts like, and more people were interested. And then the summer after that, was able to go to Europe for a month. And watch my paycheck grow while I was abroad, because we have this beautiful team of people working together, helping bring abundant health into the lives around us. And then at the beginning of this past year, I was able to hit the top position in the company, which I'm so grateful for, where I now receive a full benefits package, health benefits. I've never had that in my life. And so it's just been beautiful to be able to transition and some people do it as a part-time thing, some people go full-time, and some people just use it as so that they can provide for their families or have their hobbies or whatever that looks like. So I'm super grateful for travel and what it's allowed for my now husband and I. And so Emily, can you share a little bit, just, this is a new chapter in your life, but what are you excited about?
Oh, well, if you know me personally, then you know that I love to say, no, I can do it. I can make this work. And I feel like for the past 7 years of my life, I have been working really hard, trading dollars for hours. And now that I have a 3-year-old and I see him growing up so fast, and when I come home from work sometimes, or when I used to come home from work at a surfing job, I would be yearning for my time with my son. And so what I am excited for is to no longer feel like I am yearning for my son while I'm at my 9 to 5, or actually, because I'm a server, it's more like 5 to 3 a.m. Yay, and then you're exhausted the next day. But to have the opportunities that this is going to provide for me to spend more time with my loved ones, and for me to have more security and stability within what feels like empowerment.
Awesome. I am so excited to watch your journey grow and see what you create. And so just to give all of you a brief overview of what this business is. It's called a virtual franchise. It costs $50 a year to own your business. It's less than $1 a week. And all we do is share by word of mouth, and the company does the rest. So they bill and collect. They ship directly to the customers. You don't have to touch any boxes, and you don't have to put anything in your garage or under your bed. The product goes straight to your customer. And we get paid in 4 ways. So retail sales profit, commissions, bonuses, and then that package that I mentioned at the top position, the whole full health benefits package that includes medical, dental, chiropractic, life, long-term care. There's actually college tuition assistance, as well as a holiday bonus and a monthly expense allowance. And it's really amazing to know that you can have this life of freedom, but still have health insurance to support you and or your family. So I want to close this call by just saying thank you. Thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day just to hear what we're up to and support Emily. I know it really means a lot to her. And, like I said, you may have resonated with some of the things that we shared, and it may have sparked you to want to learn a bit more about how this could really integrate into your lifestyle. But you may have been listening, to be a conduit for someone else in your life. So perhaps take a minute or two after the call and think, is there anyone that who might benefit from one of the topics that we shared today? Whether that's the opportunity to improve health, the opportunity to create more time freedom and flexibility, or the opportunity to improve finances. So I'll close by saying, when I signed up, I knew I was signing up for a business. I knew I was signing up for health and the program, but I didn't realize I was signing up for a family. And truly, with this abundance project, partnered with the Juice Plus company, it's so that. And so no matter what we're doing in our life, no matter how many fruits and vegetables we're eating, life can be challenging and it throws us curveballs. And it's so amazing to know that there's this whole community there to lift me up when shit hits the fan, support me, help me rise. And I feel so grateful to be able to pass that along to other souls who are seeking. And I know that the main reason I've been able to grow and expand in this business, I've been able to do that in such a short period of time because of this. So I hope that we get to welcome you or someone that you know into this amazing family. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. So thanks again for all your support. And we'll see you around.
Thank you, Amy.